I am back with, what do you know, Saturn in the 10th house. Hey, you know what? I was thinking it took me forever to do these Saturn placements. Didn't it? That's how Saturn works. So Saturn in the 10th house. Let's talk a little bit about that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you. Saturn in the 10th house people are like the authority figures of all authority figures of all authority figures of all authority figures. Just think about it for a second. We have Saturn, right? We have the 10th house. We have Saturn, which is the ruler of the 10th house in the 10th house. You can't get any more Saturn-y than that. Saturnian than that. So, yeah, that's the thing. Saturn is at its power and strength in the 10th house. Now, interesting enough, we have, if you have Saturn in Libra in the 10th house, or this is the thing, there are a couple placements when Saturn is in its exalted phase that it works better in the 10th house. Right now, I'm just going to go stick with Saturn in the 10th house and the fact that it's really strengthened here. Okay, now, this is the thing you have to remember when dealing with Saturn. Remember what I told you in all the other videos that I did. If you're a person that's really trying to learn astrology, it'll be best that you look at all of the videos about the placements that I talk about instead of just one that benefits you or that's about you. So you'll know how this stuff really works. Well, if you have been paying attention to anything that I tell you or that I say, then we know already that Saturn is a slow moving planet and it takes a while for it to blossom. Let's just say blossom due to obstacles, due to fear, due to having to move through karmic ties and holdbacks, setbacks, delays, all of those good things. But what I have to say about this is this is not a negative thing. A lot of people look at delays and setbacks as a bad thing because they look out into the world and they see what seems like to be everybody else moving past them. And they're not moving anywhere. So then they get discouraged. Then they start letting go. And instead of sticking in what they're trying to do and what they're about, they constantly want to compare themselves to others. Okay? Well, people with this placement, this Saturn placement is no different because it's easy for them to look out into the world and feel that other people are accomplishing great things. They got a good career. People see them for what they really are. They have luck and all these things and just different opportunities. And, these people with this placement can feel like they don't have none of that. They don't have none of that. It's hard for them to finish school or they finish school and then they can't get the career that they want, the job that they want. They keep feeling like they're working for other people. Even when they have a unique idea or work-related thing, other people don't believe in them. They shun them, or either they just disregard what they're saying. They're stuck with being workers of others, helpers, supporters, things of that nature. Right? But they don't see the very same thing that people with displacement complain about. They don't see the strength in all of these things. Because at the end of the day, yes, you're building relationships, connections, you're building work experience, you're working on your craft, and it constantly goes continuously. You're having these experiences of failure or setback. Okay? But when you accomplish your goals, though, it makes it that much more bigger, greater, important, valuable. That causes what you've accomplished to stretch beyond time even. Okay? So you have to remember that, because the next time you see people that you feel like is in your age range, your group, your peers, whoever your group tank is, whatever, whoever you're thinking with, how people do. Seem like they're surpassing you, they're outmoving you, and then you start to become resentful, envious, all these things, or just even start to feel sorry for yourself. Remember, to have that thing that you work on, to be consistent in that. If you're seeing getting pushback from life to where something interferes, like a relationship or just a situation, a health problem, whatever, be willing to come back though. Know that you could come back, and you'll come back even stronger. When all those other people fell off, when their businesses failed, okay, when they had a fly by night success, when they thought, or when they got to the point of where they felt like they've reached their end game, you know, I'm 32 and I'm married, and there's nothing, you know, I've gotten a career and I'm accomplished. There's nothing else that I need in life. You would be that person that comes at the age of 32 surpassing them because they stopped. They felt like they gained all they could get. They could gain. They don't have the stamina like you do. You see what I'm saying? They stop. They don't have the stamina. Because this is the stamina you worked at. They're in their comfort zone, and you surpass them. This is one of the placements, because I talk about a few of the placements, that being the tortoise and the hare sword. This is one of those placements, bro. And this is the thing. You have to remember, yes, I called you bruh. Even if you're not a bruh. I called you bruh. What you have to remember, because this is one of the main things that you have to remember with dealing with this placement. You cannot let other people that don't agree with you or won't follow you at first, find your ideas crazy, whatever. You cannot let them detour you from where you're trying to go. Because remember, a lot of people speak of the sun as being different, like sun energy, you know, Jupiter. But Saturn is really that planet that could be different, really different, and bring in law, structures, programs that's able to stretch past everyday common luck. Saturn can do that. But this is the problem. It's a task, because Saturn has to structurize things into where people can use it. You know, people can, it's like the structure that's in place. You know, that's no doubt about it. It's Saturn. But the person that has the power is able to create the structure. You have to remember that. So Saturn's not necessarily about being fair. Saturn's about, okay, so, you know, you're going to do the work. You're going to build what we got here. You know, karma, dealing with Saturn, is what you pay later. Okay, that's a whole nother thing. But what I'm saying is that in order to take an idea or take something and make it into a structure, or something that is more than just a plan or idea, whatever, you have to be willing to carve your own lane. You have to be willing to build it. You have to be willing to show that it works before other people will jump on board. That's what this placement is. With whatever goal you have, whatever you're working in. So, yes, it may be important for you guys to, with this placement, to find some type of mission, some type of life mission that, yeah, you can start. You can start with just a blog. You can start with just like working on your job. Okay. You can work dead end jobs, or you can work a job to where as you advance, you gain more, or you can do something temporarily until you can get your own business, whatever. You can make your own stamp. Just make sure that you keep building on your craft. You keep learning from it. This placement, the people with this placement, they can get stuck and stubborn, and where, you know, energy is shifting and telling you, okay, listen, we need for you to update your system. We need for you to just be willing to change a little bit. You know, it can be hard to do so, but it's showing like the more you can do that, okay, and the more you can keep up to date, which is this placement does after you do a few trial and errors. You know, this placement are people, you know, that's looking for building huge structures, finances, and things of that nature. So when things get outdated, guess what? When the system gets outdated, it's time to update that system, right? And you know how to do that. So it's about being able to move, shift, and structurize. And listen, those relationships, those tried and failed attempts in the past, those relationships where it was more of you being a supportive role, like you had to be the understudy in order to learn, to gain experience, whatever, it's going to be those same things that puts you in a power position later. Okay? Now, this is just Saturn in the 10th house alone. And yes, you have to do a lot of work. Listen, you have to do so much work sometimes that it's crazy. But think about it. Think about it like this. Because a person that's pushed beyond what's expected or what the norm is going to be the person that does great things. So you may be like, okay, yeah, shoot, well, I'm putting my videos out and I'm posting my videos, and these other people, they're getting like lots of videos, and I don't understand, my work is better or whatever. I'm at the job and I'm working my butt off, and these other people are making advances, but my work is better. You have to just allow it. And you have to just keep building and building and building, because while you're building and working and building, like I said, those other people have gotten comfort. They're comfortable. They're in the comfort zone. You're going to come and take them out. So, and Saturn in the 10th house could be very serious people. You have to learn sometimes to just let go a little bit, have your fun. You could be really focused on work and trying to complete things. And you know how it is when you're trying to push something, you're trying to make it work, but it's not working. You have to remember that with this placement. Sometimes it's best to step back and stop trying to make things work on your own way, like in the way that you thought you had it put together so great. You have to be able to step back and allow for things to release things, recalibrate things, and move forward on that alone. Okay? So Saturn in the 10th house, yes, you find something that you're passionate about. And if I'm talking to the younger that I'm talking to, the group of people I'm talking to, the younger you are, the better, because you can really take the time to do this. You can find something, work towards something you're passionate about, even if you got to work somewhere else for the time being, and you can develop and build, because that's what this is about, until you get something great, And when you do this, your structure will remain in place for probably ever, especially if you did it in a way to where, you're thinking about karma and all that, But find something that you're really passionate about, but that you can make into something concrete. Look at the hard times as just something that's making you better, that's making you stronger. Take your falls in life. And every time you get back up again and you just come back, either you come back with the same thing, you come back with something different, you just touch up, you keep it moving, whatever. Have that in life, have that. And don't be embarrassed. Like, let people talk and say, oh yeah, you 35 and you just now going back to college? You 30 and you still not married? You 33 and you think you about to come out here and you gonna create something? You're nothing but a failure. We're not impressed. And you know what you do? You take it and you say, yeah, you know what though? Your limitations in life are just that. Your limitations. They're not mine. And you put away that fear, or you challenge that fear, and you build and you keep going anyways. They say it's lonely at the top. This has been Saturn in the 10th house. I'm your girl, Butterfly to Light. Peace.